Minister, I'm glad you're here because a Rashirishkaji on Ospidéal sa Chlocháin. So I'm asking for an update on the recruitment of the required staffing resources to ensure that Clifden District Hospital will remain open on a permanent basis. And that's what, if you could zone in on that in your contributions for me.
And I just want to say, I want to just put on the record of the Dáil your constant advocacy in relation to Clifden Hospital, which I was delighted to visit last year. We know there has been challenges in relation to staff, and so I will focus on that. So following a derogation that I secured, I am pleased to inform the Deputy that HSE Community Healthcare West has now successfully recruited the required staff to safely reopen Clifden District Hospital. The hospital currently has 7 beds available, of which 5 are occupied and 2 are available to support Galway University Hospital for discharges. Staff have been recruited through the use of agency staff as a temporary measure as the HSE completes the recruitment process for staff identified through local panels for nursing and healthcare assistants. The recruitment process is expected to be completed by September 2024. So they're currently dependent on the agency staff again, but the recruitment process is underway. And in order to maintain those 7 beds, which is hugely important, the 5 respite and the 2 step down from Merlin Park or from Galway University Hospital, I'm of the belief that having permanent staff in place is the way forward. Management in the HSE Community Healthcare have liaised with the local management in Clifden District Hospital to ensure that the reopening of the beds in Clifden is on a stable basis and that the rosters in both St Anne's Community Nursing Unit and in Clifden District Hospital can be maintained at safe levels in order to provide both short-term and long-term care in Clifden. This is an area I've engaged consistently with the lead for older people, Mr Des Mulligan, in relation to this, and they know in no uncertain terms that I will not accept that these beds will not be open. They're so relevant for supporting older people to be able to live well in their own community, having that vital respite. We have been challenged in the Galway area getting respite beds open, as you know, but I am pleased to say that the recruitment will be finished by September.
Minister, and it's not a mutual admiration club, but I want to pay tribute to your own hands-on approach. But having said that, this hospital has been limping, hasn't it, from week to week. So back in October 22, which is almost 4 years ago, it was announced that Clifden Hospital would be closing. It was a terrible blow, and all of the local representatives, Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil, everyone was in, and I want to pay tribute to them all. There were public meetings, and the sense of frustration at those meetings was just appalling, was just palpable. So it has limped on from October. And it's not a good position to be in, is it, that it's limping on. It closed in February of this year, it reopened in May, and it reopened with a few little beds and a small amount of staff. And you've said it yourself, and the Senior Minister has said, the amount of agency staff now that's been used. We've gone full circle again. We tried to stop agency staff, and we're now back. And we find ourselves in opposition saying, take any staff, which is not a good way to run any system. So I'll come back and I won't go over time.
Yeah. So as you know, the HSE Community Healthcare West are committed to the new 40-bed community nursing unit in Clifden, and the new CNU build will amalgamate the residential services currently in Clifden and St Anne's. The new build will allow long-term care currently provided in St Anne's and convalescent step-down care currently provided in Clifden Hospital on the one site. As you know, the project is currently going through the planning process. Later on today, I'm actually travelling to Roscommon to turn the sod in another CNU that we're developing, the former Sacred Heart. But it's really important for these CNUs that you have the whole continuum of care. You have the long stay beds, you have the short stay, you have the respite, the convalescence, you have palliative supports, and you also have dementia supports. And that's the complete focus on this. I'm getting fortnightly updates from them in relation to the planning. I want this to start sooner rather than later, especially under my watch while I'm in this role, because that particular area of the country deserves a community nursing unit as much as anybody anywhere else, whether it is Ballyshannon or whether it's Roscommon or whether it's Waterford. Thank you.
Minister, yesterday there were 57 people on trolleys in Galway, and I'll be coming to it later in a leader's question. So I'll give them forewarning to the Minister there and to the Taoiseach. I will be coming back to Galway later in a leader's question. So 57 on trolleys. Now, I always, have any of us spent time on trolleys? Because if we did, I think it would be sorted out very quickly. So we go back here then, this beds empty in Merlin Park, beds empty in the heart of the Gaeltacht, the Carvarua, empty beds, no staff. And then we have Clifden. And now in the middle of this, I welcome the progress, but I'm not sure what the decision is in relation to Clifden District Hospital. And that's the kernel of this. There seems to be a conflation of the two things. A new nursing home, which I welcome, although I'm upset that it's coming from 50 to 40. The initial thing was 50 beds, now it's 40. And it seems to me the different answers being given is saying, well, the district hospital will close then. Now, I'm very concerned about that, and so are the representatives on the ground. So is the local GP, Dr. Casey, who made a very strong case the night of the public meeting to keep it open as a district hospital. It does a whole range of activities, or did. So if we could get clarification on that, Minister, I'd really appreciate that. And also, when the complement of staff will actually be in place. Thank you.
Okay, so just to go back again to the complement of staff. So when the beds closed, I sought a derogation in person and to make sure, because of the moratorium, that we could have permanent whole-time equivalents there. Really important for older people, especially, that they have continuity in relation to the staff they're seeing. My understanding is, and what I want to achieve, so this will be, I think, we have 48 of 90 community nursing units being reconfigured, being rebuilt to a very high standard. This investment is about 35 million euros. And as I said, and I can't state it clearly enough, this will encompass what was the district hospital. It will encompass what was respite rehabilitation in the St. Anne's section. And it will be a whole continuum of care. It just won't be long stay beds like people under fair deal. You have to be able to provide all the supports from the respite, the rehab, the palliative care, and a dementia offering as well is really, really important, which is something I'm focusing on too.
What will happen to the district hospital?
It will be amalgamated into the new community nursing unit. The new facility will include the long stay beds that are currently in the district hospital, but my understanding is there will be no loss of service that's currently available in the district hospital.